This episode is brought to you by our friends at MILWAUKEE Tools. Outdoor power equipment gives you the power to clear, cut and maintain the outdoors without the petrol headaches. No pull starts, no engine maintenance, no mixing petrol and oil. Book a test drive now at MILWAUKEETools.com.au. Milwaukee, nothing but heavy duty. This episode is also brought to you by our friends at RIXX. RIXX is an Australian lifestyle brand founded with a mission to transform the eyewear industry by creating carefully crafted eyewear that inspires confidence. Everybody should be able to enjoy a touch of luxury and the confidence it brings. See the world differently today. Head online now at rixeyewear.com.au and check it out. Righto, let's get into the show.
You been to Colorado, man?
Yeah, right. Can't tell.
You and Big Onions.
It says you got a Harley Davidson shirt on your peanut.
This is not mine, man.
You got a Harley Davidson shirt on your peanut.
Yeah, rah. This is not my tea, actually. This is me, mate. This is Camby's.
Nice. He's got one as well, does he?
Los Angeles. You boys been there, have you?
Yeah.
There we have,
A few
actually,
times.
mate.
That's a nice jumper, actually.
Bronze Snake.
Yeah, it's bronzy.
Yeah, it's better all I shot from, actually.
Bronzy, you've been good to the boys
Love
over
them.
the years.
Yeah.
It's happening. Look at that organic shit. I told you, I'm not talking till we start, boys.
Shit out. You got no idea.
And I want to start with something, all right? What's this coconut water you've got in front of me? And I've seen a few Instagrams from Sean Darcy. Are there a few shareholders involved here? What's going on?
Yeah, no shareholders or anything. We just we had it after a sauna once in Perth, and I wasn't actually a fan of coconut water itself, but this tropical stuff, probably just a shitload of sugar that makes it taste better. But
give us a look on the side. Is there sugar in there?
Yeah, there's a little bit, but you read it. It's good. It's just as good.
16 grams of sugar per can. Yeah, that's good for you.
Best hangover cure.
But
No wonder it tastes good.
honestly more of a
It's a
hangover
saviour.
cure. Like,
Yeah, right.
Unbelievable for like, it's got the 5 key hydrating electrolytes, mate. Potassium.
There
bit
you
of
go. You know what the
GMO-free,
hangover
good
cure is,
stuff.
according to Jessica Spenlove?
She's a world famous dietitian.
Yeah.
I'd like to know.
Guess what it is?
Coconut water.
Milk.
Yuck.
Milk in a glass full of eggs.
Milk has the electrolytes.
No way.
Has the electrolytes, protein,
Yeah, no, but you
everything.
can't keep it down. This stuff's like,
Makes me sick.
this is like milky water, technically.
Yeah, with sugar.
Coconut water, yeah.
So just back on it. We love pumping up products, especially friends. of friends.
JT's coconut essence. So tried it once after a
Show the camera so
after
people can have a look. Where do you get it?
online. Go to that coconut
Give 'em a
essence.
plug.
Coconut essence
Griff's out in the
essence.
sun.
And who's sending it? Are they sending it to you boys?
They just sent me and Sean some.
Right, because I've seen Shawnee putting some online. I thought
Well, we had one after a sauna, and like I don't like coconut water normally, but I actually did just crave it. And you have a bit, and then we started smashing them in the house. Like you went
Got
through.
about 5 slabs rock up.
Yeah.
Already through them.
Yeah.
How do you go with kombucha?
Too
Do you like kombucha?
No,
No, the remedy kombuchas.
Yeah, I don't mind them.
Yeah, we're smacking them for a bit.
I'm not a massive fan of the kombucha.
You haven't just. That's going to explode, man.
No, it's not fizzy.
Oh, it's not fizzy.
It says shake well.
Oh, so you give it a little
We were
shake.
drinking it at the start without a shake, and then we realised we had to shake
I
well.
opened
And
it
it's this
as well.
next level.
Yeah, that's.
I'll give you the first sip, but I'm going to have the rest of it. But
I'm
see
off
if you
the
like
sugar,
it.
man.
There's not much in it. It's all like healthy and stuff. It's just like a substitute. Have another sip because you like
Nah, it's good. It
The
tastes
second
like
sip.
juice.
Try it on the second sip. It's just a substitute for water. Like sometimes you just can't be bothered sipping water and you just want to get hydrated.
And
But
once you get used to that thick taste.
obviously, it's too much sugar is not great for you. But
Very good.
it's very
yeah,
good.
it's nice.
It is very good. No, I think coconut water tastes very average, but that tastes really good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, you can have it if you want, but
No, you go. Big can as well. They pump them up.
probably the only problem. I just like a bit of feedback for JT's. Just make a smaller can. You don't need 400 or 500 mils of the bloody bastard.
Oh,
but
yeah, well, some
I'm
people
not complaining.
get you going after a sauna and a gym session.
Get that up, yeah.
The Colorado, man. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Colorado.
Yeah, talk about it.
Let's start with the off season. There's a big year for you boys in all different reasons. You've had a big year in rehab. You've had a big year in and out plus contract. Now you're both in Melbourne. We're going to go through all of it, but the off season, you're back at pre-season now at your new club. Which don't worry, everyone listening, we're going to dive into it. We're going to ask all the questions, but off season, talk to me. What'd you do? Where'd you go?
Poor bastard hasn't done a thing. He's
Well, I'll start with Griff. Mine's not too special. Well, I was actually booked to go to America with these boys, and unfortunately, last game of the year, did my knee, meniscus, so straight into surgery, and in recovery mode for pretty much the
That's
first,
right, 'cause he was
first
trying to-
month of off season.
He was trying to flog the ticket to me
Oh.
because you wanted to get rid of it. No one wanted to go.
Yeah.
no one wanted to take it.
I wanted to go. I had
Tabs
the
wouldn't
Rix
take
party
it.
on.
It's honestly, it was put on a platter for anyone out there. And the amount of Hail Marys I sent out, like you're getting half price flights.
More than half. It was like a quarter price.
ridiculous.
I didn't even want the cash for it. I was just trying to get rid of
Yeah.
festival ticket, anything. No one would take it. It was
You'd rather just
I
give it
wanted to go. I was moving mountains.
Bargain.
I'm going, I can get there for 7 days only. I had the Rix party
No,
locked
you're just
in.
as bad as everyone else, mate. Like it's on a platter for you. Like, he just said he
I had a
want,
Rix
he
party
didn't want
locked
the
in, man.
cash.
I couldn't pull
He
out.
didn't want anyone
it
to
all,
miss
it
out.
all went
Like,
down the drain.
Oh,
in
man,
the
I couldn't
end.
believe the timing on it. I've committed to the Rix party. And imagine I said, yeah, I'll come to America, organise the Rix party and don't rock up to the party. But yeah, it looked, I mean, you're going to be shattered about it, but how's the time? That just shows you the
Shattered.
timing. Like, when you get injured, we spoke to Dion about all this.
Can't choose it.
No
Can't
off
choose it.
season. People think, when you don't get a mental break in the sense of going overseas, do
We're
you?
talking
So-
about-
Yeah, mate, it's
talking
been
about it
full on,
before.
literally before.
Yeah.
So, I had a month of recovery while everyone's overseas and stuff, and then pretty much back into rehab, swimming, cross training. Been doing it ever since. Still started running now, thank God. But there's only so many swims you can do, so many bike sessions. So it's been a long year. So I'm looking forward to Chrissy
You
break.
you
to be
didn't
honest.
honestly. You didn't miss out on much. It's just the States.
We're going to dive into it in a second. How hard is it though? Like, because it's not like you're at the club where, big shout out to our man Stocko, Marshall Stockton. He's the greatest physio of all
best
time.
hands in the
You guys
business.
won't get those hands anymore. The magician. But blokes like him, they do hang around at Freo this year, obviously, but you're now at North, and whoever the physios are at professional footy clubs, they're all there, but they're all on leave not long after you guys go away as well. So it's not that easy doing a rehab program in the off season, is it?
No, definitely not. The offset services, like I obviously said, Stocko in Perth, like, is amazing. And when I've come over to North as well, physios have been coming in every second day as well. So, but it's not hard because you don't have them resources every day going into the club, and you want to get a mental break. You don't want to be in at the club every day as well. So,
Yeah.
it's not the best time to do an injury, but I suppose at the same time, when you want to do an injury, you probably want to do it over the off season, so you don't miss games
I
of
reckon
footy.
as hard
so,
as it is to cop,
Yeah.
you prefer it now than miss games of footy.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's-
for
that-
sure.
That's what we bloody do it for, playing footy.
yeah,
we love it.
we love
We
that.
love it. You don't want to be missing games. When are you back?
I'm back running this week, so post Chrissy should be
Onwards and upwards.
onwards and upwards from here. Really, no
We can't
timeline.
give
but
a definite timelines, mate. It's a KPI driven
Mate,
program.
it's KPA
so-
driven. We can't give you an actual time because then you'll hold us accountable and you'll
But
get
hey,
named.
round 2 v Freo, pencil it in.
It's round 2 for
Yeah,
you.
so-
You're
got-
kidding.
got our
Is
eyes
that
on it,
here or
so-
over
It's
there?
over there.
Over there.
Ooh.
Hostile crowd as well.
Yeah,
Wow. Do you reckon you'll get booed?
can't
Nah,
wait.
I reckon we'll get jeered. I don't know if it's boo.
Jeered. What's jeered? What the fuck? What's
You don't know
a
what
bit of
jeered
something
is.
else on the cheer.
It's like it's not like a boo, but it's not like a cheer. It's like a like Logie Bear gets like whoa.
Oh, like you
rather,
gets the wall.
rather than like a or boo. Like
You'll be playing back though. You're playing back. You played forward this year.
Not much time to get booed when you get 6 touches a game, mate. So it doesn't really
Well,
bother me.
maybe just don't.
It'd be bad.
don't
for-
What you don't want to do, you don't want to get a switch kick and
Mate, it'd be
oh.
bad for Tucker when he's streaming through the midfield for his 15th clearance. I reckon he's probably going to get a few boos.
Have you ever tried to tackle him?
Yeah.
Or any of the hardest bloke I've ever tried to tackle, and we would
You
do.
ever try to tackle Paddy Dangerfield, mate?
Yeah, I've tackled him a
There's a-
couple of
there's a few
times.
more harder blokes,
No, he's
trust
all right,
me,
but
few
at
more.
training, I had to do practice with him. Just to,
Yeah,
I don't even know why we did that shit. That was such a waste of time. I should have been working on my left and right peg, just putting it on titties inside 50.
Just
instead of-
getting corked arms and stuff.
What's a skinny bloke
It's just,
tackling a big ball like him? They're not gonna help me. All I do is get sore.
Hey, up here.
Yeah, it's all mental, huh?
You can do it. If you can't do it at training, I don't know, you can do it game day.
He's cursed from some of the things that he used to cop.
Yeah, so aren't we all? But anyway, back to
Back to off season. So back to you. So you obviously couldn't go. Did you sell your tickets for anything? Just lost heaps of cash.
I got a bit of flight credit
flight
for a
credit,
couple of flights in the States, but they expire in 12 months. So got to go there again this year.
Hey, I
I
reckon
reckon. Good
I'm-
excuse to go the next.
I'm
next
actually going in
off-season.
Jan. Are they still available?
Oh yeah,
I'll pay you for
you
that.
want
pretty handy
Let's go.
Virgin, like
I'll pay you for them.
Shout
we'll
out-
talk off air about that because I haven't
sure.
booked it yet. And apparently, if you don't book now, you're in
because
trouble.
I most likely won't use them unless I go back.
I'm 100% needing to book. There we go.
Bang.
Pick something up today.
Few
Everyone's a
flights.
winner today.
shout out Virgin, their freaking fly program, because like some of the flights that we got from Australia to America was unbelievable.
Did you fly business with your points?
Nah, we just bought the flight and it was like 60,000 points to go from Sydney to San Fran.
Yeah, that's
It's unheard of. It costs 150,000 to go from Perth to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Work that out.
It
Work that out.
well,
please.
I can't work that one out. They give you the LA, but they don't give you the domestic.
United Airlines, because it's a partner airline, we could do it, and we got into all the lounges and stuff, and platinum member.
Logie Bear with his.
Well, because you fly enough flights as pay for Freo, and like, because you're tall timber, you get put in the pointy end. As well.
They do. The big dogs, they go at the front. All the blokes
got up there 1 year and then shafted.
So you're in business every second week, up and back.
Yeah, but it's not
accumulating points.
But they're the Boeing. I reckon they're the A33 or something. So it's not. Oh, it could be they're 737s. So they're just a single aisle, so they don't have the massive.
They're not the big monster. They got rid of the good ones.
They got rid of them after COVID.
That was so good. The pods.
Wuhan ruined it for us. Yeah, used to have the pods and everything with, and because the new CBA, the AFLPA, good on them for doing that. But we had like 12 business seats available. That's when we had the big plane.
That's when I used to snag them every now and then. Especially back from away trips.
I still never forget the day Tabs missed out. We played the Dogs. I had Tools Tabs 200.
198, yeah, on the record.
Round one, we've paid. This is when everything went to shit at Freo, especially for me. We've come off being, minor premiers. We've lost in the prelim. We come out the next year. Everyone expects you to win round one. We've been smacked by the Dogs. I think the Dogs went on and win the flag that year. And we there was like 20 seats in business available. And Tabs has been relegated and they've chucked an emergency up there. Him and Ballas were put back into the.
Did you play a stinker or something?
Played a stinker. Big Rossi's just said back to the
back of the
plane. And I'll never forget, Tabs has texted me. He's like, who the fuck's in 4B? Who's that fucking dog in 4B? I'm like, mate, it's Clancy Pearce. He was like, you've got to be kidding me.
He would have put him on his list of people to kill. I'd love to see his list.
He would have a bloody hit list.
Once he writes you off, you're in a bit of strife with him.
I'll never forget it.
He's a hard man to come back from.
When you lose and you're even sore, you've chased ass all day and you've come in, you probably think, I'm going to get the 4.5 hour flight home in business. That's probably the only highlight today.
And gets you through.
And he was limping or he was sore and he's put back to the exit row. And all the little skinny wingmen and that are sitting up there.
Were you up there?
Yeah, bruh. 20 of us were up there sending photos of the meals and that going, what do you got, bruh?
Sending him back a few packs of nuts for the few cheesy crackers.
Send him some crack cashews. Mate, they're salted. Get your hands on these, big boy.
A few roasted almonds for the big duck.
Fucking hell, big duck. He wasn't happy. What else? Anything else in your off season that you did?
No, because we're getting. Well, I knew I was getting traded, so I was pretty much planning for that, setting the house up for this big boy. So
he's done it well, Logan.
Yeah, he's nailed it. So I reckon we just unpacked the last box the night before he got in. So
hey, there's a couple more boxes coming your way, boys. The big MILWAUKEE tools.
Just marinating there.
Say Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
No,
Milwaukee.
I've been copping it. I can't pronounce it properly.
How do you say it?
I chuck a little L in there. Milwaukee.
Why?
Milwaukee.
Just a bit of slang.
Just read it. Look.
Milwaukee.
Ready? Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
There you go.
There you go.
A bit quicker.
Milwaukee.
All right, good.
Thank you.
Swiss wristwatch, Irish wristwatch. Say that one.
No, we'll say that for later. Milwaukee's enough. They're good though. Look at that. We're going to talk
compact
about
design, maximum runtime, fuel system compatibility.
I mean, if you're going away, which I know you are, there's something there for when you go camping. But back to the off-season, Griff, what about you? We're going to get to, because obviously there's a transition phase where you get the trade. We'll talk about that.
Yep.
And we'll talk about that in its entirety. Griff, your off-season, it's the first time you've been to America.
Yep.
After a lot of hype from your friends.
A lot of hype from one friend sitting across from me.
And you finally...
hype.
Was it worth the hype?
To be honest, in parts, yeah. In other parts, nah.
What do you mean, nah?
Like, there's just some
because you're in Colorado playing around with onions in the mountains. Like, you don't do that shit when you're in LA for a couple of weeks, do you? What are you wasting your time in Colorado?
Taking it in, man. I was on a bit of a detox trip.
It's his favourite part of the trip.
The big hike, it looked good.
That's why I wore the jumper, mate.
Exactly. It's a great jump. They're grouse jumpers. I love that.
Look at
detox.
Better than your Harley Davidson.
Mate, I've just chucked the tea on. Me mate Camby, I've taken this off him and I've just chucked it on today thinking I'd rock the black jumper, but it's a bit hot in here.
Yeah, I know, you're feeling it out as well.
Yeah, I've been doing a bit of gym, man. See the pecs are twitching and that.
Big, but no, we flew straight into Vegas, LA, Austin, Texas for that music festival, City Limits.
Tea party at Austin and Vegas. What were you just chilling?
Nah.
That's a big start. LA,
Huge
Vegas,
start.
and Austin.
Vegas first was the first stop. I initially were just going to go to San Fran and spend a few nights there, but then little thing on Instagram popped up about Fisher, the fish,
Oh, the fish, the king.
DJ Fish playing in Vegas on a Friday night when we were over there, and I just kind of sent it around to the boys and said, if we're over there, like we may as well just, it's 40 minutes.
Got to support locals.
It's 40 minutes from San Fran to Vegas. So yeah, it's bizarre, man. Like
How was he?
have you been to Vegas?
Yeah, it's been ages. Going in when I used to use taxi flight.
in January.
Can't wait.
You fly in and it's just desert. And
Yeah.
it's just everywhere's desert. You're like, what have I got myself into? And then you just see this oasis in your rear vision, like on the horizon. You're like, what is going on there? And it's just this massive like town in the middle of the fucking desert. Like it just rattles you. Everyone's there for like the same reason.
That's one thing, isn't it? Everyone's there for a great time. You wouldn't see someone that's a bit flat, would you?
No, not really. Like you get there, we landed and got there, and 3 people have been stabbed on the strip. or something
Hey.
as soon as we landed, so we were a bit like
That wigs me out.
a bit apprehensive. We're like, whoa, this is,
On the strip.
yeah, it's sort of like the main part. Like, and it ended up being a mare, like the full. Oh, don't get me started. Like, don't get me
Shakes
started
nailed
on
it.
Blake Acres.
I've heard you left it up to Acres for accommodation,
Don't
and
let me talk it
he had you out at Arizona or something, didn't he?
So there's myself, Acres, Moose Pierce, Schultz, big Sean Darcy. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
for the
it's just
start
that
of
was
it.
for Vegas. Get in. Acres has been he's done this Vegas trip before with a few Saints boys.
So he knows it.
Talking up this penthouse apartment. He's like, boys, leave it with me. Send us his cash. I've booked it. It's reserved. We're sorted. Blah blah blah. So we'd get picked up. He sorted it. He got us some driver from the airport to think this big stretched Hummer. We're like, how good's this? Like jump in. Tunes are blaring. He's got R&B Fridays going on. TVs inside this. Not dissimilar to this bus actually. It's
The Rolln Media van, it is. It's a Rolln Media
Rolln
van, the
Media
hottest
van.
van in Australia. Yeah, keep going.
Anyway, and we pull up to this joint, and it's like, it looks nice, as you'd imagine, like people everywhere, like, you know, of all sorts and all kinds, the ones that, you know, you're normally attracted to.
Yep.
Just, yeah, everything's happening.
So it's
Get
big-
in.
Yeah.
We're just jumping out of our skin. Like, you know, we want a cold beer. We want to sit by a pool. It's 30 degrees, whatever it is, every day there, which is just outrageous. Get in, and Blake's walked up with, righto, boys, let's check us in. Walks up to the front, like, comes out with this big long look on his face, like, oh, well, they don't have my booking.
Oh my God. What do you mean you don't have your booking?
Scammed.
So we're just like, oh,
Scammed?
what have you done? So, oh, no, he's booked it through Airbnb, and the hotel's double booked it or something, or like, whatever, it hasn't gone through. So I was like, well, whatever. So I saw it unfolding. I knew that something was up. Everyone was like kind of still hung from the big flight, like sitting down. So I remember an old message from our mate, Zachy Dawson. He said, mate, stay at the
Cosmopolitan.
Stay
Yeah.
at the Cosmopolitan. It's where everyone stays. It's on the strip, blah, blah. So this joint that he's taking us to, Blake, it's not even on the strip. It's like a 15-minute Uber from the strip. So like
Yeah.
just a nightmare to even get to.
Shopping
Like,
location.
anyway, we get there, and so everyone's sitting around, like standing around like Brown's cows, and I'm like, I got to get onto this. So I've quickly ordered an Uber straight to the Cosmo. Looked online, there's rooms available there. Then I've just gone, sent it to Blake, and like, you're booking this. This is your fuck up. You're booking this. I said, everyone get in the Uber, let's go. Went straight there. Then it was on from there.
You just
But
get individual rooms?
nah, we just had like two rooms separate. How did it work then?
We went penthouse.
Sorry, we had
And then-
two queen beds in 2 rooms.
Yeah.
So one of us or 2 of us was sharing, and then they were just like rooms opposite the whole for each
Yeah,
other. 'Cause they were
nice.
last minute, and ended up being like heaps better. Such a good location, but
Yeah, it's great. We did we went penthouse, and then we went 2 of the worst rooms. So then
yeah.
they just had, 2
Just-
beds. So then
just
everyone was hanging out in the penthouse. Only there
Yeah.
for 2 or 3 days. And then
Smart.
kind of it ended up being the exact same price as getting 3 normal ones,
Yeah, it's smart. Yeah, but anyway, then it was on like, from there. Fisher Friday night, unbelievable.
Vegas, like how would you? Geez, sorry.
I've actually been.
Oh, have ya?
I was about 15 though, so I didn't.
Oh yeah, a bit different.
You can't do much
yeah,
when
you can't
you're
be
15.
21. Yeah.
So I was just doing shopping
It's
for a
what,
week.
it's what
playing
you'd
basketball.
expect. It's like the movies. It's full on. Like you can.
Did you love it? Or did you have an expectation higher for some
Maybe
reason?
my expectation was super high. Like I just thought, I just probably got like too blind to like really enjoy it.
Yeah. Was it first night fever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
Gotta go
Oh,
ham
nah,
first night.
nah.
You don't.
No, mate. My first night ever in America, I just sat down.
No, sorry.
Had a
Because when you
nice-
flew into
a
San
nice
Fran, I was a bit
dinner.
like, yeah. So you go on San Fran, Vegas.
We
and then
landed at
straight
San.
into it.
Pardon me. We landed at San
Shit.
Fran at 9 a.m. in America time. So then we went straight to Vegas. So we would have got in at 1 or so, like after a bit of a layover, and then we finally got checked into the hotel maybe 4.
Oh, so that's a lot of mucking around.
So it's like sun's just beaming. Like it's 30 degrees. You can see the pool and stuff.
Did Logie Bear get the big rig out at the pool parties?
Like we only went to one pool party, and it was just like, again, like who do you reckon organised it?
Oh, Acres has let you down. See, I feel like
it's just a peanut. Like
we should have got Acres on here to break. I would have loved to should have a rebuttal.
I would have torn shreds off him. I would have started up that Milwaukee, cut him in half. He's got no idea, the kid. Like,
I love the confidence.
That's what it is. He does it with confidence. Everyone's jumped on. They're like, oh, this bloke knows what he's doing.
The natural born salesman.
He just goes, yeah, money here. I've got the pool party. Let's go. And we're like, oh, let's go. Like, beautiful. Like give him the cash and get there. And there's like a couple of bottles of coconut water and some vodka, and you just go, what's going on?
Yeah, it's a crucial role if you're going to be organising the trip.
Yeah, in summary, Vegas, not that good. LA.
Not that good, like 7.
Nah, LA, frat party, just like the movies, hilarious. Few like NFL game over there and college game over there, unbelievable. SoFi Stadium, well done, whoever made that.
Oh,
well done. That thing is like that whole stadium's bizarre. Like it's massive. Baffles you.
It's Optus still. It's called Optus Stadium. They haven't changed the sponsors.
I think it's Optus.
Optus is incredible for an Australian stadium, but SoFi, like, what is the difference? Like I feel like 60,000 at Optus, right?
70,
sorry. It's the latest sound system. It's loud. It's great viewing, elite setup. They got great everything. Like they've nailed Optus, but why SoFi? What is it that was different?
I've seen Optus in the night and day, and at night it's the way it lights up. It's the best I've seen because I haven't seen SoFi at night. But just the amount of money they would have poured into it. Like you see this jumbotron. You know what a jumbotron is? That big thing hanging from the roof, and it's like I don't know how it's even hanging there, mate. It's like it's floating there. There's TV screens the size of 6 Rolln media buses on one side, and it's just like hanging in the middle of the air. And it's like inside and out. It's very hard to explain to actually take it all in.
They do it well in LA,
It's very overwhelming, but so much happening.
That's great. So, and then the Colorado, before we wrap up the off-season trip.
Yeah. From Austin, there, blah, blah, blah. Austin, good music festival, etc. Miami. Colorado is where it's where my heart went to. It's where my heart went to America.
So you went for a hike.
Well, it was myself, Sean, and Jonah, my brother.
Big Logie Bear.
The big one, yeah. He's this big, strong one. So we went there and just went for a few walks, pretty much, like pretty rare, really. We had I ate some bison burgers, and it's like the craft beer capital of the world.
The Mitchy Marsh burgers.
the big bison.
The big bison burger.
North Melbourne fan, actually. The
big bison.
Marsh brothers and
stuff. Yeah, he's your number one. He's waiting for you boys. He can't wait to see what you boys had.
Yeah.
Big year for the bison and the boys.
Yeah.
So you've had a bison burger. What's that taste like?
Oh, it's better than a beef burger. It's good.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's good meat. Nice.
Any sauce on it? Bit of ranch?
It's heaps of sauce on it. And if you want more sauce, just ask, because there's heaps of fucking sauce. Denver was good. Like plenty to do. It's like real authentic. I sent you that video of what it was like in that sports bar. You would have just
it's crazy,
mate.
That's heaven for me, man.
Oh, jeez.
I can't wait to. If only it was on. If we get NFL at a better time.
Free refills as well for soda.
Just soda. No one would be drinking soda though, would they?
Oh, it's just if you want it, you can get a free refill. But nah,
just ask.
Heaps of fucking refills. But yeah,
well done.
Thanks,
well done, mate. It's been.
Thanks, bro.
Hope you enjoyed it, mate.
You've done it with Acres. Wait till you do it with the train. I reckon we can turn that Vegas trip to a bit more of a.
I won't go back there unless it's $1 of something. Otherwise, I won't go back there off my own bat. Not even the fish could drag me back.
Did you go to New York?
Yeah, did New York Halloween.
Didn't talk about it. What'd you think?
That was after Denver, so I was already on a high, but couldn't be much better. They're genuinely high, mile high city they call it. It's very high above sea level.
Yeah.
Hard breathing. That's why I came back so fit.
You're looking lean.
Yeah, I am actually. Coconut water and coconut water and altitude, brother. For all the young football fans out there, coconut water and altitude is the way to do it.
Well done. Well done.
New York, and then we stopped at Yosemite National Park on the way back.
So you've had a good trip.
Yep.
There you go. Off season with Griffin Logue and Darcy Tucker.
Clock.
Oh, I've done a heap.
In the words of James Risk, clock.
Risk, he will love this shout out.
Yeah, he would love
Ray and Horn, Sunbury, Gisborne, Diggers Rest. You call him James Risk, the best, the biggest. Makes dreams come true, that man. Right, I got some notes here. Let's get into it. It's been a big year for all different reasons. we love Freo. It's the trade period. There's a lot of players that have left Freo. I didn't realise until we had we all caught up the other night, and I was thinking Logue, Akers, Tucker, like Meekie. Yeah, Meekie wasn't
We're all
there.
still
but
hanging
Meekie-
out in
Yeah,
Melbourne as
still
well.
hanging out. Come down to the 9-9. We'll get to that later, but just around the corner.
Yes, the 9-9.
It's a fair few big moves from Freo. They had a great year. Who are you going to miss the most from Freo, personally?
Oh, the mates, Schultz and Sean, probably.
Schultz, the Duck, Big Sean,
How do you reckon-
Wayno, he'll be
Lukey, Coxie. The list goes on. You can name
all the fellas. That's what we
name
miss
Moose,
about Perth.
mate. Big Moosey.
Yeah.
Mate, you miss everyone on the list. It's hard, but a lot of the blokes is just you forget how often you hang out with them. It's one of the biggest things. Both of us, mate. We love the boys. Love the
I know.
Take
And
it
that's
for
why we're going
granted
to
a
break.
bit,
Yeah, for sure. Oh, mate, the
Reminded
beat.
me
Yeah.
of, when you leave school and you just don't see blokes every day again.
Yeah.
You know that feeling where you're like, you just don't have time to catch up with them.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that.
It's hard, mate.
Realization, like,
It's hard to get on the same schedule, but when you're playing footy with people, you're on the same schedule every day. It becomes natural until it's all over or you leave. What did you love? Let's talk about Freo because there's obviously a soft spot for Freo from everyone in the room. What did you love the most at your time at Freo? Have you had time to reflect? I know it's only a short period, but what was it that you just go, wow, I love that part? There's a lot. There's obviously, it's hard to narrow one.
Because we haven't really fully experienced what it's like over here and let alone games and stuff like that. But probably the camaraderie, as we touched on before, like especially like for myself, coming to getting drafted in that group with 2016 or 17 draft class was like myself, Coxie, Lukey, Shawnee, Tay Dooman at the time, Big Strawny, like we're all that close throughout the years and hung around for so long. And if you hang out with someone, as you said before, for that long, like you end up just naturally going to get closer. And we were just all on the same page. It was always, so probably that's probably what you miss easily the most. The lifestyle as well over there, like you wake up here and you go through 4 seasons in one day.
Well,
4 seasons, 30
in
minutes.
summer
It's
as
been
well.
outrageous. I
Yeah,
didn't
this
think it
week's
was
been-
possible. It's been bizarre, isn't it? You wake up, windy, cold, rainy, hang a little bit of sun comes out. A few autumn leaves
Next
start.
minute you're
so a few
tan.
autumn
You're
leaves
tan in the
start
hoop.
falling.
Yeah, next minute Hoop's out in your tan. Next minute Griff's at the back turn his hoop.
Pouring coconut water over yourself.
It's
actually
That's what's happening.
I actually
Wake
had
up
been.
with
Oh,
a bloody Catmandu jacket on. Next minute you're tearing the hoop.
Yeah. And it hits different over here, the sun. Like,
Oh,
swear.
I've done it ever.
No, seriously. It does.
Gets burnt quick as.
Yeah, it burns him.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful with the old hoop out there.
His hoop's been burned a couple of times.
Logie doesn't burn either, but this sun, jeez.
It's got a bit on it. It's fierce.
It makes you sweat. It's just hot.
Yeah.
Pierces the
No, it has. And it's, as this podcast comes out, obviously there's always a delay, guys. But yeah, the day we are talking about right now, it was shocking this morning and now it's beautiful outside. And I think we're going to get some good days of weather moving forward. At you, Tux, what's the, things that,
That I miss most.
about Freo in general? And
Well, similar, same as Griff, like the fellas. That's the number one thing. And probably haven't had the time to reflect on my time there yet. But look, grew that much of a strong bond with all the fellas. Such a good group to be a part of. The culture they're building now is really good, and that's probably what's going to be a hard thing to leave. But yeah, miss the fellas. Yeah, you take for granted playing at Optus Stadium every week. The weather, all that sort of stuff. But at the same token, like, fuck, super excited to be over here.
Yeah.
Back closer to home, new opportunity, fresh start, and take out the second half of my career and hopefully have a good second half of my career. So super
spot on.
excited.
We're going to talk about North in a second. We'll go quick answers so we can roll. But coolest thing about being a docker for you, Tux?
Just realising my dream, playing AFL footy.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Griff?
Purple Army. Nothing better.
They're good, aren't they? They're passionate. We love the Purple Army.
Yeah.
Big Seppo in the crowd. Never forget when he rocked the
There's heaps of them.
the big train sign. The fans. You got to love pre-game. Just getting around the
wharfs.
wharfies.
Yeah, they go hard.
Positive and negative.
Yeah.
I've been home.
They at the end of the career is a bit rough, but geez, at the start they think you're the king, don't
At
they?
the start,
You can have one
bloody
possession and they think you're the king.
We were pretty lucky. Like I got to go through. I had 3 months training at South Freo. You would have had a year and 3 months. Then we went to Coburn, checked out the new facilities, and then during that time, Optus. We saw like
you had it. Yeah.
played at Subi, and then Optus got knocked down. Not many people get to, experience two brand new footy clubs or a brand new footy club in a brand new stadium like at the same. I reckon that's pretty
Yeah, that is pretty
pretty
cool.
special to be part of.
That's great. I didn't even think about that. What about the retro kits? Do you believe they should play them at every home game or just once a
Which
year?
ones? The
Fremantle.
3D or like the?
No, not the 3D. The other one.
Didn't like 3D.
Oh, it's good, but I thought the other one was better.
I reckon they should make it like a clash Guernsey. So you see it more than once, but not every game.
I reckon
Yeah.
it deserves to be on TVs. It'll put bums on seats if you have it more than once a year.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
be more than happy to have it.
more
yeah,
than
maybe
once.
every home game's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
More than once for sure.
Yeah.
And hey, Kelly Black, if you're listening, everyone at Fremantle,
One of the greatest. She's actually
one of the
she deserves
greatest
a shout
humans
out
in the
for
world.
shout
But
out.
I've
people
told
to
her
miss, yeah.
it's the best day on the calendar, retro round. And I mean, derby and derby, whatever you want to call it's great. But the retro round, the outfits, when are we going to get the tracksuits? I've told her to tell the staff, whoever at Freo is creating the tracksuits. Imagine the 3-piece, maybe not the Seacom, no disrespect, get the Adidas back on the sponsors. But like imagine that three-stripe Freo retro
The
tracksuit.
The trackies they bought out this year was pretty good. That tracksuit top.
Yeah.
Retro one, that was wicked.
Yeah, the retro trackies, they're great. So imagine the boys.
The hard yakka, everything.
Yeah, that's great. Imagine the boys rocking that.
Oh, you mean for the players to have
Players,
Yeah,
pre-game,
yeah,
rolling
yeah,
around in
yeah.
that. You know how the NBA boys roll in? I had this chat with Dion.
Yeah.
I reckon it's time that we start, the AFL allows players to wear tracksuits,
What the bag of fruit? You reckon a brand new bag of fruit and all the glitz and glam?
all the glitz and glam. You don't have to, but
Yeah, right.
they should start letting it,
Big pair of Rixies on before it.
that's
and-
it. A few
yeah.
pairs of
Yeah,
Rixies,
get the
roll in
Rixies
with
out
your
for sure.
coconut water if you want, whatever. But just spice it up a little. Imagine the retro round with the trackies on.
Yeah, it's a good call, Train.
Like that.
I don't think it's Kelly Black's. You need to
Nah, I don't even know. Well, we just love Kelly. Thought I'd give her a shout out. I think I had this discussion with her, and I've dropped her name here because she then passes it on. She's got a lot of pull. She's the queen of Fremantle. She
Not
runs-
quite. I mean, Hannah to get me a Rufus ticket for Saturday night. She's got bloody no idea. So.
Oh, dear, a little whack.
No, just kidding. She's
All
good
right,
too.
last one on Freo. Because a lot of Freo fans want to know why you left, and we're going to get into it. But the young stars at Freo, who are the players on the rise? As I said, we've lost a few players now.
Yeah.
You two, Lob, Akers. These aren't just players. You're not just losing guys that play a role. You guys have been outstanding. And you're at that point in your career, as you said, second half, probably more than second half of your career. You got
I
more.
reckon I've got more to give.
That's what I meant. You're
got
not
more
even.
than-
You're
more
not
than
even.
half your
You're
career.
not at halfway. Is what I meant. You're still young, so it's not like you've lost a couple of the people that we can fill in. It's going to be tough. They've got some players in. Who are the players that are going to take the next step? Because you've played with them the last 4 years and you've been rebuilding.
Yeah, pretty long list. The obvious ones that you forget how young, like someone like a Brayshaw is.
And they've taken that next step.
You forget how
So,
young
like-
he is. Forget how young Sarong is. Like they're so good. But my one that I've got a soft spot for is Heath Chapman.
Heath Chapman.
Hose.
Heath Chapman's,
The
the
host.
Hayden Youngs, they're still super young. And
Yeah, I was going to say the halfbacks
gun
are unreal.
halfbacks.
Hose.
Like,
Get around the hose, mate.
Yeah, I'm
Most
sorry.
composed bloke I know.
Oh, that's why the composed.
Not because of
Oh
composed.
well, I'm picking up what you're putting down. The big schlong, the big man dingo.
He's a ripper. He's going to be a star.
There you
There's
go.
plenty of good young players there. Like
So you reckon they're fine?
they're flying,
It's-
mate. They're
Put that in your mouth, man.
Yeah, mate. They are good.
No one else.
That'd
There's
be
anyone-
right.
like they're
Oh,
obvious.
see,
Like if I was going to
is
say,
that-
oh, yeah,
oh.
good on you fellas. Like they're all nearly.
well,
awesome.
even they got good depth. Like the blokes are playing waffle in like Neil Erasmus and Matty Johnson and that. They're going to be gun mids in the future. Obviously, they've got a really good midfield now,
Big boys,
but
yeah.
that next layer, whenever the opportunity comes, they're
This way.
capable of playing AFL footy.
That
So
Raz-
their depth.
Yeah, Raz is good, and he's built real strong, and he'd outrun you.
And
Nah,
yeah,
you
he's a
can't- no one-
workhorse.
no one
he
can-
goes
he
nuts
can-
in the time trials,
What's
apparently.
he
He
run?
could outrun the train.
No one's beaten me in a
Well, they don't
2K.
do the old
Freo.
2K, 3K.
Even
anymore.
Stephen Gyro. Yeah, mate. You're the best we've ever heard of.
He still knocked him off.
I still broke him.
Still knocked
Took him out hard, broke him.
You just break.
You take him
just
out
break
early,
people in
man.
the time
Take him out
trials.
early and see if they can hold on me.
Right. Might have to-
Take him to deep water
we-
Oh, I
early.
wish I didn't try so hard in pre-season. It bit me in the ass, that.
Yeah, I know it is overrated, isn't it?
Fucking oath. Anyway,
Yeah. Hopefully we've timed it well because we haven't been trying to.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
we've been
doing
trying. We've been trying. We've been rehabbing. It's hard work.
your
but
salt bike.
you don't,
Righto.
yeah.
Righto, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we get right into it. We've talked a little bit of shit, but this is where the train fires up. I'm going to ask all the questions you want. Drink that coconut water, boys. Get the energy and the electrolytes in their system because this is where the hard-hitting questions are about to come. Before I start, what do you think of the new Rick's hats, boys? Have a go at these.
A lot of college vibes to it.
Yeah, I brought you. These are for you. Griff, you get 2 because I gave you I gave you a pair of sunnies the other day, so you don't get a pair today.
I lost them. I was hoping for another pair.
Oh, I can give you one, but there's no Melrose, boys. Chuck them on if you want.
Can I work it on?
Yeah, if your hair's no good.
All right.
Yeah, fucking oath.
How's it look?
Yeah, you look good in anything, bruh.
Look $1 million, bruh.
Yeah, bruh.
Yeah, bruh.
Brand new caps. Anyone online, just head to rixeyewear.com.au. Check it out. Get yourself a cap. The dad cap comes in 6 colours.
What's it called? The dad cap?
I don't know. I think that's what they call them on the catalogue.
What's that mean?
Ask Cohen, Big Rog.
The big Bowser.
The big fella, Bowser. The big Bowser. He's doing well, Cohen. He's keeping the Rick's business afloat. The trainers down here just talking pumping them out, just giving them out cost free to the boys on the potty.
He's a good man, Cohen.
He is.
Thank you.
A big shout out to the Rog man. Hope he's going well now. Let's digest the trade. Really unpack it for me, and I want your thought process. I don't want to make this awkward, but it's not as easy as people think. There's a lot of things that you think about. There's certain scenarios, and then you get injured, and you got things over your head. Do you? Don't you? You get dropped. Do they want me? Whatever. But when did it all start? When did you think I think I'm on the outer here, or I think I need to go somewhere else, or there's opportunities popping up? When was it for you, Griff?
Oh, probably start of the season. Just got dropped early, I reckon. Didn't expect to be dropped, and I trained. You've been there before. We've all been admitted in this room, and it's a pretty lonely place at the time. And a lot of the times it comes at an unexpected time. I thought I was kind of humming as well. Come back and did well in my time trials. Like I don't reckon you could have beaten me in these ones. I was flying the big Logie bear around the 1Ks, but I guess once that happened, just once, and obviously everyone goes through adversity. I'm not someone just to fall down and flick the bales after I get dropped once and it's all over Red Rover. But I guess that kind of happened, and
that was early as well. Like round 4 or 5, 7.
Yeah. No, round 2.
2. Yeah,
after round 2,
it was early.
Yeah. So that happened, and
I've had a go at 4, 5, and 7.
close. Yeah, close.
So round 2 is a bit of a whoa, and you're out of contract.
Out of contract. So that's the other thing. So you're out of contract. Your manager's doing work with hoping that that's happening behind the scenes during the time, and something I didn't really get involved with at all. You get dropped, and then kind of raises questions and
Alarm bells.
Yeah, 100%. And I guess at that time, my manager said that a few people had reached out outside of Fremantle that was said, well, what's going on? Why is he getting dropped? And then it kind of instilled a bit of interest from various kind of places, and as you'd expect from different clubs at the time. And it's weird how it happens, mate. I would never have thought that I'd be someone that would ever get a trade or something like that.
Yeah, you're a very loyal man. Everyone out there, Griff's a very loyal man.
Still to this day, it's the toughest decision I've ever had to make.
We'll talk about that in a sec.
Which is weird, and I guess that happened, and you get dropped, and that was the main one.
How long were you out of the team for? 2 weeks?
You dropped because
we all know it's public knowledge. I sent JL a message on Instagram, which you probably don't. I was fighting for Griff. I've been there, and I thought, fuck, he's a good man, JL, but I just had to send it. Probably had a few too many drinks when I sent it, but meant every word. But
what happened?
I knew the importance of sticking up for me, brother, but sending that message because I actually, I disagree with it as well. And also the timing is just, it can ruin you. It can ruin you as well because if clubs don't have interest, then you're absolutely derailed. You're on the floor.
Takes injury when there's no interest and you're in strife. So I was out for 1 week, which was I reckon it was the Eagles game as well. So it's like the
derby,
like a derby where we were on top of. I played one derby the year before and was awesome. And this derby missed out on like a 10-goal win derby, which would have been.
That's right, because you haven't seen many wins in your time. You've seen none actually, except for last year. I was there, yeah. Me and Fish were cheering you on.
Yeah,
first time in years.
Exactly. And then I only got back in last minute in the last 5 minutes for the bounce down before the GWS game where Moose Pearce pulled up with a dicky ankle, and then I was just a laid in for that day and had what I thought was a good game, and it probably was a pretty good game, which I was really happy with. Got dropped that following week because I was the last man in. Kind of that was the main reasoning. Got coaches' votes as well, Train. Like I thought it was.
Yeah, coaches' votes and drop. That's very,
sure.
very hard. There's a bit of
I wasn't sure
pill to swallow
how that unfolded, but
that's what I mean. It was getting your situation was very unique. Let's not sugarcoat it. You're playing really well, dropped. You're actually playing, I'll be honest with you, you're playing average at the start of the year, but you only played 2 games.
Yeah.
So it was a bit weird to drop you, not just say, hey, mate, we need you to lift. And then you go out, you come in, you play really well, and then you go back out because of the scenario with Moose coming back in.
And the only reason I missed another week, then I was out regardless. Like that was it. Like, I was out. The only reason I came back in was thanks to Chappie and Youngie who got COVID. So I was back in again through default.
That was Geelong game, wasn't it?
Carlton at home. Carlton at home, yeah.
That's right, Carlton,
Injured Geelong. So then got the Curnow match up and we were on top of the game. So loved it. We had
kept Curnow to
no, I think he kicked a couple in the end, but it was still like
he's won.
We ended up winning, so it was good. Then had Cameron in Geelong.
This is the big one for Griff. Jezza Cameron, I reckon he's the best forward in the competition.
Yeah, I would have hated to play on him. Like he's good now, and like he was only better when he was in his prime. Like not in any way am I saying Jezza Cameron's past his prime, but I'm saying
he's in his prime probably now.
He's still he's still.
I know what Griff's trying to say. He's talking himself down. So I'll tell what happened, right? Because Jezza's the greatest forward going around at the moment. You kept him scoreless. Only 9 players have ever kept Jezza scoreless. Now
it was a low scoring game though.
Yeah, I know that, but that was huge, and that was a big game for you, whether you realise or not.
I thought,
and that was a really as a friend, as a bloke that sent the coach a message, that was a real I fucking told you, bruh. You know what I mean? Like that's why you don't drop this bloke. You know, obviously we're mates, but keeping Jezza scoreless. Your stocks went right up. That's when clubs were going, fuck, this guy goes all right.
I reckon that happened and then ended up getting COVID the following week. Missed the game against our current team.
Then back out again.
Then back out. And I would have been – then I end up finally got a bit of respect in my name. Came back in after that, which was another few outs for COVID anyway. So it worked out well. No one had to make way, I don't think. And then had a good game against the Gold Coast for the game. That cracked
robbed of Brownlow votes.
Cracked the half ton. Still to this day, baffled of how I didn't get any Brownlow votes.
What'd you have?
We were watching it together too. Spewing.
Yep, Div, 30.
I think I just had just under 30 or maybe bang on 30.
That's a key back.
It's a key back.
Yeah, but you get smacked, didn't you?
Yeah, but I like
a record.
Did you think you're going to get a Brownlow vote?
Yeah, bro.
Mate, they're not that easy to get Brownlow votes. Only good players get one Brownlow.
Like I'm not that into me stats, but like it was one that was like broke the record for most intercept possessions in the game. For a Fremantle player, like overtook Gaz Ibbenson, who overtook Lukey Ryan, or other way around. Like overtook Lukey's spot, mantled it, and good luck beating it, mate. 17
this is hilarious. So while we get back to your year, you're on Brownlow night just gone. Were you literally?
He penciled
we were watching it together.
For at least two.
I said, because my direct opponent, Joel, he's kicked 4.
No, so he's going, Joel gets 3 and I get 2.
I just thought that's how it worked, but nah.
Did you get coaches' votes in that game?
Yeah. I actually ended up on a fair few coaches' votes for the rest of the year.
That is scold.
So I reckon.
So have you got a vote yet?
I reckon they mean fuck all the coaches' votes, bruh. Just trust me, you get dropped after them.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't. No.
My Brownlow vote. One, and if you don't pull one, then
my Brownlow vote.
We watched that thing on that. That was fun.
I didn't get a coach's vote. So yeah, so I think the coaches don't know what they're fucking doing. They're watching the game, not watching the guns. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
When you're having 30 on their wing, they're not watching that bloke. But so no vote, no Brownlow, but you're back on track now, halfway. To the year.
That was back in the front end of the year. Then back end of the year had a good finish,
but it got weird. Like you got slung forward.
Yeah, actually,
it wasn't like here's your back spot. It's like, well, put you forward now.
Well, that was the other thing. I was kind of like, right, I've just cemented myself up down back. Like, how good's this? Like, I'm going, and then get the call up. I want you to go to Maisie. Huh?
Oh, big Maisie, our man.
That's what it was. It started on.
That was American Aces Fantasy League. Like, he's no one knew until the time I'm going, have a look at this stirring the pot. They got Logue tagging May.
Well, I couldn't tell anyone either. Like, as he said, can't say a word.
So we're all thinking you're playing fullback, he's playing fullback. We've got the 2 big brutes playing on each other, and he's tagging him.
I remember as well. Like I've walked down forward and gone to Maisie with a little elbow on the shoulder. He's just going.
No way.
Like, what are you doing here, mate? And I was looking at him and I was like, oh, sorry, mate. I got your tail today, bruh. Luckily, unluckily for Maisie, he ended up getting knocked out. I KO'd that game pretty.
He went off early, didn't he?
Went off early, so
Yeah, he did too.
it was kind of.
Yep.
I kind of asked him, like, can I go back now, or kind of thing. But
Yeah.
we ended up winning. It was a good win.
Yeah, you beat the
great
D's
game.
in Melbourne and big
Second half
Logie
was
Bears up
unbelievable.
forward, and they kind of stuck with that. It was
their
good
It was their first loss
since
Oh, yeah.
on that
they
run.
had a good
they owned that
streak.
run through following from last year. But anyway, yeah, it was a good win. And
So to wrap up, you played forward for the rest of the year, except for maybe finals. Did you play back in the finals? No, you played forward.
I
You played
back.
forward.
I played back for one game against Kerno where he kicked another 4.
He's a gun.
Dropped another 4. Dropped another 4 in a loss at the Etihad. And I was like, Marvel Stadium. I went, oh, geez, put me back forward. Or, I don't know.
It's a bit easier forward, isn't it?
Nah, it's not, mate. I'm telling you.
You don't reckon?
Easy down back to actually play. It's easier mentally to play forward because you just don't have a worry in the world. And if you've got your ball movement coming in and you're winning, it's a good.
So where would you prefer to
It's a
play?
good place to play.
Where would you prefer to play?
Down back.
You
Back.
prefer back.
Yeah, yeah.
You're better at back.
Better at back. Got confidence there. That's the main reason. Yeah,
Yeah.
coming as well. Start
Yeah.
to gloss over it, but yeah,
Yeah, we'll talk about
making
it, yeah.
the choice to come here was playing back. So
That's your season, and you've really given everyone. The reason we went over all of that is just important to give context to your year, what's going through a player's mind, in and out. At what point did you think you were leaving? Because I remember we had you and Dave on here, and I didn't talk about it because I know how it works. And the way it works is you don't know, and that really weighs you down.
Yeah, I reckon up until like a day before I needed to make the call, I was still umming and ahhing. Like it is, as I said, the hardest decision. It makes me uncomfortable even thinking about it now, how difficult the decision was. It wasn't just like a wake up and make the choice done. It's not as easy as that. You can't just wake up and go, I'm going here. This is where I want to go. Like there's so much into it. Like, yeah.
How many sleepless nights do you reckon you had?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, fair few. Like, and plenty of times leaning on Dave at the time, Mel, man. Like they've been both pretty good, very good father figures. You can people to lean on, especially Dave that's been in the system for 38 years or whatever it is.
You're talking to him a bit about what to do?
Yeah, yeah. And I kind of gave him the full rundown of a lot of things, with plenty of that. And he was across it all, and obviously confided in me, old man and my manager, mate. You can't get
Colin Young. Can't wait to get him on here.
Get him on. He's just the funniest.
Just on Colin Young, there's a new documentary coming out. What's the name of that doco called?
It's not Show Me the Money, is it?
It is. They're doing season 2. Are you on there?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Are you actually on the doco?
Yeah.
Oh, so you'll have your
I think a couple snippets, like 3 minutes or something. It tells pretty much the same stuff.
Okay.
Bit more detail actually, but it's good.
So Cole will be in full flight, back in the
It's funny.
bathtub in his suit.
Nah, there's a better one actually.
Oh, I can't wait. He's a magician.
I can't say anything.
Yeah, don't say too much.
It's great. He's
But
good. Yeah, he was one.
he
of
was
the best.
fantastic though. Like you look back and
Unbelievable,
he
mate.
made
Yeah.
everything easier.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
why does a manager like him make your job easier?
Constant communication, constant reassurance, constant backing, just flat out. Like he's one of those guys that'll just have your back regardless, and he'll let you know what's going on, hit you between the eyes, say, "No, this isn't happening. This is happening." Blah blah blah. That's why I wouldn't want anyone else in my corner.
And throughout the process, because we don't talk about this this scenario too much, you're just mates and just you pick up the phone, listen.
Yeah.
Was there moments where it's like, yep, I'm going, nah, I'm staying, yep, I'm going, nah, I'm staying, because of like things that were getting
Not really,
offered,
man.
or nah, it's just a genuine
It was impartial
decision.
the whole way. Like it was like I didn't commit to. That was one thing I was made sure I did with, because once I make my mind, I make my mind up. You can't. I'm a man of my word, mate.
Yeah, you are a loyal man and a man of integrity.
So once I decided, I said, once I actually stick to this and I commit to it and at the time it was Dad and Colin, it was like, that was it.
Yeah.
So haven't looked back since, and
Yeah.
here we are.
Oh, mate, you're just getting started, baby.
Yeah.
We're 9 away from the local.
9-9.
The 9-9.
And that's good. Well, thank you for breaking that down. I really think everyone listening will appreciate what goes through a player's head when they're offered a contract, but also some context.
Everyone's different as well. Like,
Yeah, every scenario is
So many
different.
scenarios are different, and that's why it's so hard.
And that's exactly why we got Tux here as
compare,
well.
yeah.
Like your scenario is even like so different. He's in and out. You're playing and you get injured. Like at what point, you're saying a bit earlier in the year you kind of knew maybe, or you don't know because you got to finish the season. So you're not thinking about that when you're playing.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't play finals, but finals are on the cusp and you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably a lot different situation to Griff. Try to break this down as quick as I can. But yeah, this year it was probably, I reckon, halfway through the year, past the bye rounds when I was exploring it. But go back a couple of years ago, I feel like I had my best year, 2019, breaking into the midfield, starting as a tagger, as the
you have to do something.
defensive roles, but felt like that really got me an avenue into the midfield. I was playing some really good footy through that year and through the COVID year the next year. Do a hammy off the bone, miss 8 months before I
This sounds
train.
funny, doesn't it?
Off the bone. Oh, it doesn't.
Genuinely ripped the hammy off the bone. It's not an injury.
How fucked up is that? Ripping your hamstring off your bone.
I don't advise it. Shocking.
That rehab program would have been nasty.
Oh, mate.
We'll keep going back to your trade, but like when you did your hammy off the bone, the pain involved out of 10?
Oh, mate, to be honest, I'm usually pretty, I tried to run around. I got up and ran around for a minute.
With no hammy on.
And then I'm like, mate, no, something's fucked here. For sure. But I thought I did my knee because my full leg hyperextended and I felt like my knee hyperextend. So I thought and I heard a pop with it. That was obviously the hammy snapping off the bone. But I thought I did my knee, jogged off. I'm like, I've done knee or hammy or leg or something, I don't know. And then was hoping it was just a little hammy. I've never done a soft tissue before. And it was a bit bigger than a little hammy. So,
On the whole, she's off.
How many, they get the scan, how big was the tear?
well, so the tendon's attached to the pubic bone up the top. It was just completely off. It was sitting halfway down my leg.
Oh my God.
So my pain was at the back of my knee because that's where the tendon was hanging.
Wow.
So
What year was that?
What was the mechanism? to actually do that?
2020.
So
You said it was
20.
a hyperextension. Like, what was the actual mechanism when you did
So I was doing a ground ball, hyperextension, and got pushed while I was doing the ground ball.
Oh.
And it's like my heel dug into the ground and then hyperextended from there. So
Yeah. So that's
that
2020.
was a nasty one.
Yeah, so you've done all your rehab program from that. 2021, you get
Still missed the first 10 games of the year coming back from that because I did a couple of small hammies
As you
coming
do.
back from that injury, which
On the
is,
same one?
I think one was the same one was the other one.
Yeah.
So it was probably a bit of overload one side because I was coming back,
Yeah, that's
favouring
very
one leg,
common,
all
yeah.
that stuff. So the rehab from that was worse than I thought it would be. The surgeon said, 6 to 8 months. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll be fully back by then. But even when I was at that stage, I was still aching in the hammy and wasn't at top speed. But so that 2021 year was a bit of I still ended up playing rest of the season from round 10 or something. So I still got, 10, 12, 14 games in.
Yeah.
But wasn't at my best. And that takes us to
20.
last pre-season,
Yeah.
which is pre-season before 2022.
Yeah.
Where I had my best pre-season ever. So
You should have seen him.
You've obviously had a tough few years. You're like, I'm going to come back and just light it up. In
tough few
pre-season.
years, and I had an off season where I was just nutrition, training, got myself in best nick I've ever been in, got my speed back, my endurance back. Really set myself up for obviously a good season.
He's having
this year.
25 and kicking 3 in intra clubs. It was a piss take, wasn't it?
I was trying to have a go.
It was.
Very humble men in front of me, so they're not going to pump themselves up, but we love to pump them up. Yeah, so you're dominating, and what? Well, just you didn't feel like you
Well,
were...
that probably comes back down to the decision in the end. I'll get into it, but I did absolutely everything I possibly could to prove to players, coaches, everything that I can play some fucking good footy. And I was in the midfield in that off pre-season as well. So, I felt like I could match it with the likes of our best midfielders at the club and play some really good footy in there and be a really, really good valued member of the team in the midfield. Was unlucky to do a minor hammy just before the season started, but was still got to round one. Played round one, but wasn't in the midfield. Just since that minor hammy, that didn't put me where I played my best footy.
How frustrating is that
all
as a player?
pre-season,
You know,
which is frustrating. Because I know I can be really good value if it chuck me in there. I'll play some good footy. And didn't really get that exposure in the midfield. But from there, I just had a horror run with all sorts of shit. After round 2, the Derby, I was playing a good game. In the Derby, I got a concussion, which led to a seizure. I had a seizure on the field.
Remember that,
In
yeah.
the Derby. Missed 2-3 weeks of that. That rolled me a bit. Come back from that, got a few games again. Middle of the year, broke my hand. Had to have surgery on my hand. It was just one thing after another, really. So halfway through the year, it was like the stars were aligning to sort of get out of the place, really.
Yeah. Can't catch a break.
And from that, not getting continuity in my footy, felt like I sort of lost trust from coaches as well. So I wasn't getting played where I wanted to play. And when I was playing, I wasn't, because I didn't have continuity. I wasn't playing good footy either. So I wasn't really giving myself the best chance to hold me spot. So within that, I think from the second half of the year, I was in and out a few times, dropped. I was sub a few times. And yeah, just couldn't get the continuity I needed.
What's the sub like? You've
Oh, mate,
this is Medisub. Medisub's a bit different. Though.
Yeah, but either or, I can watch it. It's just
they're bringing it back, aren't they? They're bringing have you
fuck,
seen
I
that?
hope
What
they
are they bringing back?
Yeah, back the old one. They're bringing it back.
The old one.
It's
Yeah,
just, it's I mean, yeah, good for viewing, but like as a player, it just fucks your whole routine, week, form, opportunity to play a full game, the top up included. People don't understand that you're there till another hour doing stupid running because you need to get your fitness base. Yet coaches still say you're not fit enough, go play seconds. Like that's the flow on effect. I get it if you need it, but
yeah, it's not fun.
And then you
Don't
come back in,
advise that
go
ever.
back to you though. You come back in after all of this and then you do your knee.
Yeah, well, I did the knee at the end of the season, so that didn't affect this year. But
Oh, that was the year before.
what year are we at? I thought we were talking about this season. Yeah, this season.
This season, yeah.
Yeah. So I did my knee in the last game of the season.
So all those injuries.
Yeah, but yeah, with the decision halfway through the year, I just wanted to explore what was out there because I knew if I was going to play for Freo, it wasn't going to be
In the right spot.
in the right role that I want to play, or I thought I lost trust from the coaching group. Didn't think I would be a valued member of the team, and I was sort of pigeonholed as this depth player, or pigeonholed in a pecking order below some others in the team. So, yeah, I'm one that wants to get the best out of my footy.
Griff just making that much noise over here, man. He's whacking that coconut water around like it's a drum.
I keep belting this singing it.
Mate,
One look at me and goes,
Sucks is fucking pouring his heart out over here. You're fucking,
I'm really opening up.
I know, mate. He's getting rolling. He's fucking whacking around with this thing. So when did your manager call you mid-year and go, mate, I'm going to get you out of there?
Yeah, a bit of that, and I was a bit the same. I was about obviously going through all this. I'm like, fuck, can't catch a break. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
And there's other avenues to it. Like I'm from Victoria. I was always me and Ali. She's a Victorian as well. We've been together 8 years now.
shout out Ellie.
Shout out
Ellie.
Shout out Ali.
Went to a local cafe today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What is it?
Did you see it?
I've got the address. Keep talking. I'll give it a plug. Met Big Wispy Watson there. It's just around the corner.
But
North fan as well. I
North
can't
fan.
remember his
Leaps
name.
and bounds?
The Monty?
yeah, I think that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Across the road from her work.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But
Good cafe.
On your
Big
Wispy.
shout out to
Shout
the
out
Monty.
Wispy.
Yeah.
shout out. So yeah, our future was always going to be Victoria. It was just a matter of when. And for my footy and life, this was the right time and moment to explore a trade back. So definitely explored it. Ali actually beat me to it. So she moved back probably mid-year around the buy. She got a good job offer here. So she got started on the move. And at that stage, I went straight to Peter Bell and was very transparent about it and was
That's
honest.
great.
Went straight to him and said, look, Ali's moving to Melbourne, but that doesn't mean I'm moving. Like I'm contracted next year. My heart's all in. I want to be a good player for this club. But from there, literally from there, at that moment, I was staying till I was contracted.
Yeah.
Because I was contracted for this season coming up.
Oh, so you still had another year?
Yeah, I'll start another year. So even from that moment, my heart was set on trying to break into the team and play my best footy. But
Yeah.
from there, I barely played again. I was just putting the waffle in and out as sub. And I was playing my best footy in the waffle as well. I probably haven't played that good a footy ever. So
I wonder what kind of things like Ali going to Melbourne and they're joining the dots going, oh, we're going to lose him. We'll just put him in the waffle. Because that's how it feels like
you just
sometimes.
don't know, do you? But
Well, you don't know. You should never assume.
There is a lot of politics involved.
But there is a lot of
that
stuff
you
like that.
think, but you can never comment on it because you just don't know what's going on.
No, you don't. You can't assume because there's a lot of moving parts, like you said, a lot of politics. So when did your manager tell you that North Melbourne are keen?
probably from 3/4 of the way through the season. North was, Griff probably could reassure, spoke to Clarko and stuff, and things just moved really quickly. And I know they've been in a tough position the last few years, but everything sounded really good, not only for my football, but for where they're going as a footy club as well. And it's going to take time. Who knows how much time it takes, but even from what we feel, being at the club at the moment, the vibes, all the staff, the coaching group, they've got some really good people in place there. So, I think it's exciting times
There you go.
for the next few years.
How many years did you both sign?
3 for me.
3 years. So 3 years that's a nice contract. And you?
5, I think. Yeah.
5. They're great contracts.
Yeah, wicked. Yeah. But as you said, once we spoke to Clarko, that was the main.
Well,
for myself, that was the main. That was the final selling point. It wasn't even a selling point. Like just someone you have a chat with, and
well, he's got a fair resume. And
yeah, you don't want to base a person like what they've achieved, but sometimes it definitely helps. Yeah, what he's been
exactly
able to
right.
achieve.
And the connection's unreal. That I just felt like fuck.
Well,
It's like I knew the bloke for 5 years and I met him the first time.
Yeah,
it was one of that, like we talked for half an hour about family and just each other's lives.
I was going to say, give us your first impressions of Clarko. We're kind of talking about him now, but
just did, mate.
just an easygoing kind of guy.
Yeah. So
country boy.
So we had a few connections. Went to the same boarding school in Ballarat.
Oh wow!
He's from same region as well. Nice Wimmera. So he's
there's a good strong connection with the country
I'm
boys.
a Horsham boy. He's a Canova boy. So that's only about an hour and a half away. So.
You'll be his new favourite. Yeah, the coaches just love their new toys. The boys roll in. The new toys.
They've always got their favourites, but
everyone's
got to play some good footy first.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying the new draft, especially the mature ones, they come in. The trades, the coaches just get right around the new toys. They forget about the old toys out in the cot. They go. I can don't worry about that bloke. The foundation. I can get rid of him.
Damaged goods. That one, mate.
Damaged goods. Get the new toys out. You boys are laughing. That's great. Anything else about Clarko? Because he is I don't know much about him. I've had a few mates play at the Hawks. He's a ruthless operator. Have you seen much of that so far?
Not really. Not yet. Nah.
A couple of times, but I don't know. Ruthless but cares. So you'll be the first to give you a bake, but you'll be the first to follow up and
love that.
And let you know why straight after, which I think is really important in a coach.
But and everyone's a good bloke in pre-season, so you never know.
Pre-season, once
the season comes down, the points are on the line, mate. You watch out.
Everyone starts going mad.
I can't wait to see what North do this year. I'm a big believer of the list. I like the list. I think the midfield's great. You guys add plenty there, and the forward line's exciting. I think with some structure, strategy, and some leadership, it can turn much quicker than you think. You've seen that with Collingwood. They're bottom 4 to top 4. So yeah, it's really exciting. And having are there any other new coaches around as well? Any assistants?
It's got Brett Ratton, just come from Saints, and he's a huge addition.
Wow, when did he sign?
Midfield coach. Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, so you'll be
head coaches. You're not only as good as your assistants, but far out it helps having great assistants, doesn't it? It takes a lot of load off the cocker, as we call him.
Toddy Viney come in as the
GM, so he's
from Melbourne.
He's been a successful club.
He was in Melbourne for a bit, then got out of it, and now he's come back into the footy world.
So there's some good heads around the footy
just
club.
Good people, mate. That's what a lot of the what we've spoken about and what Clarko kind of brought across is just bringing in good people, and it just makes a different outlook on coming to training, and there's just good people everywhere.
Yeah, it's massive, man. Mate. It's massive. What are your first impressions of the lads?
Fellas.
Yeah, the fellas.
It's different, isn't it? Like it's
as a mature, there's two parts to this question. But you've gone into a club as a draftee. You're 18. You're almost a virgin. You've come in. You're very nervous.
Speak for yourself, Virgin.
You're a genuine virgin, and you come in and you don't really talk much for a fucking month until it's Christmas party and you get hammered, and then you start telling everyone. But now, as a mature leaders of the club, it
is
on
still
good contracts.
Honest,
is it nervous still?
He's still nervous, but for us, and especially Tux, how he said he went in earlier and just started slowly tying those relationships early. Like we eased our way in and came in early before before everyone was due back. So we came in a few weeks early and just get a feel for it amongst the staff and the players. So they slowly integrate between. And now it's like, it's seamless. Like it's just a lot of footy clubs, from what I've been told anyway, everyone's the same. Like, you got your groups of people and they're all there for the same reason.
Who are the guys, the magnets, you just hanging. I know you two are hanging out with each other a lot. They reckon you two don't leave each other's side.
Yeah, they're getting into us a bit about that.
Yeah,
we're both in rehab.
I know.
It's both from Freo.
When you
sort of have to hang out with each other.
It's kind of hard because if you're kind of like,
Is there who are the players? Group. Are there anyone that you've just first impressions? Obviously, you're going to meet all the boys and spend a lot of time with them, but just bang off the cuff one player that you're like, yep.
Lukey Mack is good. He's a good man.
Lukey Mack.
Yeah. He's one of the best, yeah.
There you go.
One of the greater blokes in
Lukey Mack, big shout. They're great, man. There you go.
He's a shin boner at heart.
Yeah. You can go anyone, mate. But he's the one that jumps out and just.
There you go.
He's a ripper.
I love that.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Any staff members? Their staff members might be listening. We've got to give The staff members are key. When I say staff members, it could be in the gym.
Pencil, mate. The physio.
The physio pencil.
Brent Eggleston, yeah, he's a ripper.
Is it, what,
Pencil.
Now, I don't like to do this, but you got Stocko, the greatest physio of all time, and Pencil. Has Pencil got a bit of work to do? Or
Look, there's not. It's a small sample field so far. So before I'll wait till I spend 6 years there, then I'll be able to compare.
People don't realise how good Stocko is, do they? One of the greatest physios in the world. I mean,
mate, he could be the worst physio, but he's the best bloke, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, no, he's the best bloke.
But the difference is he's just got it all.
He's got it all.
He wrote the book, mate.
Have you ever had a man spend so much time in your the whole 30 minutes? I reckon he's going hard.
He soaks up every second.
You know, like everyone out there's been to a physio appointment, osteo, chiro. They give you fuck all, man. You're like, oh, so what's wrong with you? It's 15 minutes you've had a Q&A. I'm like, get me on the table and, buddy, fix my problem.
You'd take it for granted now, wouldn't you, the amount you never did, though.
Well, man, as soon as I left him, I snapped my calf tendons. I can make this Mr. Durable. As soon as I lose Stocko, that's the missing piece, mate.
Yeah, I know, but what you're saying before, your general ones, it's 15 minutes, they're writing it down. 15 minutes goes by, I go, that'll be $180. Thanks.
Oh, no, hang on. You get $20 off the.
Whack that one on HBF.
Yeah, there you go. You just private.
Something that I'll never take for granted is treatment round the clock. Whenever you want.
Boys, soak it up because once you're on the outer, it's as everyone listening knows, they probably don't even get it. I don't even get it anymore. That's great, lads. I really appreciate you breaking that down.
That's all right, bro.
Was there one more I had for you? Yeah, there's a bit of. NFL fantasy is probably over, Griff, but there's a strong culture at Fremantle, and you're in the fantasy. Are you just there to make the numbers up? Question from Matt DeBoer. Are you there or do you want it and do you want to stay with the Freo boys? Because there's rumours that you're going to leave the Freo boys for the North. What's that?
Oh, out of that one,
NFL Fantasy League.
Oh, it's weird that it's come from him because I helped him out in a trade. Dirty thing under the table,
under the table, where the cat's out the bag.
Which not many people know about. So if you want to go down that road,
Matty DeBoer, hang on.
If you want to go down that road, Dutchy, then you want to find out that it's going to be the Logie Bear holding the cup at the end of the day. So you got no idea, son. Stick the pick in Kamara at pick 4, buddy.
There you go. I've just thrown him under the bus. Well, boys, that's a great potty. I love asking those questions because I've never been involved in a trade. The big fella got delisted, Everyone's like, why'd you leave? Well, fuck, it wasn't my choice.
You got to tell everyone it's a trade, though.
Yeah, I know. Well, I retired at the end because I didn't want to be two-time, I didn't want to be two-time delisted. Two-time. Now, there's something.
Speaking of two-time champion. He's a good man on me, actually, Cam Shepherd.
Yeah, Cam Shepherd, Peel Thunder. I don't think he was even there anymore. Now, Tux, I've left Griffin Logue at home. He only likes the Melrose, so they're at home at the office. Obviously just moved houses, so I don't have the stock on me, big boy, but I'll get you sorted.
Fucking bullshit,
we got the RIXX eyewear here.
I'm stuck with the fucking Legionnaire.
So I got you the brand new RIXX cap, mate. There's a dad cap. There's a green one. So when you're tanning your hoop outside, mate, you can chuck the hat on. All right, look after the neck.
Oh, crikey.
Now, Tux, I've had Griff on a few times, and but we've got the RIXX in retirement. Now, you didn't go away this year. I got you the Soho crystals. So you whack them on.
Mate, legend.
They're a chunkier pair. They're very crystallized. Hat backwards here.
I like those ones. Those ones.
Do you like these?
The Sohos fit mine. Yeah.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
Well, because I didn't.
Well, guess what? Big boy's got a spare pair in the back of his car.
Take the green dad cap back and give your old man a pair of Sohos, would you?
That's a Rolln media.
Have you got a different colour?
Yeah, look grouse. I've got the cherry and the dark green and black. I think I've only got cherry.
I'm a cherry man, yeah.
Yeah, you're cherry, right? Cherry Jerry over here. Now, Tux, they look good. I like them.
Thanks for that.
You know what's funny, man?
Leave them on, bro. Leave them on.
In my 7 years of knowing terrain, every time this bloke makes you try on a pair of sunny, he goes, oh, fuck, you look good.
Fucking knows. Could be looking horrible.
He go, fuck, you look good. And then pull out the key machine and goes, that'll be $180.
I'm just waiting for the paywave thing to come out.
Have you told that story?
Have you told that story? At the back. People don't believe me. Tell them it's the truth.
Have you heard that story? Have you told them when he did it to Brad Lloyd?
I've got Lloydie. Yeah, I told that one. No one believes me. I think I'm making it up. Big Lloydie goes, Train over there, the Sunnies. I need another pair. And I said, well, hang on a second. Here you go. There's the Delano's.
He goes, sorry, mate. out of my wallet and you got Apple Pay, don't you, brother?
Pulled the square machine. Got the square machine, bro. I don't think you knew the technology.
That's so funny. It was so fun.
Fuck, that's what you got to do, man. You're selling products. Fuck, COVID. It's a tough world out there.
You're a hard man to say
Mate,
no
Colin's
to,
working
Train.
24 hours.
We were talking about this before. You're just a hard man to say no to.
Can't say no to the
Can't say no. That's more the product. Look at the product.
Yeah, they are good. I wouldn't mind a pair. Can you go get them?
I will get them after this. We don't want to jump at the van. I'll sort you out. I didn't realise that they'd fit you. So his beak gets in the way. Griff's got the beak and it doesn't.
Bridge of the nose.
Yeah.
So
weapon beak.
There's only a couple of Rixies that fit around the beak.
I had a pair of the they're like leopard ones of these.
Tribeckers?
No, they're these. They're Sohos, but they're what's the colorway? Like tiger or whatever. I don't know what.
Yeah. Oh, was it a sample?
Yeah, it's a sample from Cohen.
Oh, it was a sample.
Lockie Schultz stole them from me and just had them.
One of one they are.
Yeah, I know. And he had them the entire America trip. Either he's lost them or he's still got them.
Well, Schultz, if you're listening, they're a 101 and that sample needs to be
returned.
Nah, not really. We didn't go with them. I think Cohen, a bit of a shout out to Cohen there, just flicking the samples out. We need to keep them on file. No, that's great. We love that. Rick's in retirement. It's the one place in the world that Darcy Tucker would retire with Ali. And why? You can only pick one place in the world. It's when you're older, you've cashed up, so cash is never an issue. So you can pick your dream location to take your Rixies with you, the Soho Crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just get out of here on an island somewhere. What's a good island?
Oh, well.
Shit, plenty of them.
The Whit Sundays, mate.
Going to the Whit Sundays.
You got to be there. You got to retire
Yeah.
though, so it's why the question sometimes. So some people just go back home. We've had 50% of our guests say, just go back to where I grew
Back
up.
to Horsham.
It's just get some space, get away from everyone, get big block of land, build.
Do love Queensland. Nice weather all the time. Yeah, I don't know though. It's Whit Sundays job.
With Sundays.
Mate,
Whit
make
Sundays.
you don't make up your fucking mind. He's
Oh, no, you really put it on the spot.
On the spot. Logie Bear. I don't know what Logie Bear
I'll
said
just say
last
Whit
time.
Sundays.
I've got
Like
one
it.
already. I've got one already.
You
Yes,
got one
mate.
already? Have you changed it or is it the same?
Give me me Rixies, I'll tell you.
I have them in the car, man. I swear to God, I've stitched you up. Mate. I've actually got them. I didn't realise that they'd fit your beak. I didn't want you to look,
That's fine.
chuck them on now. Let's have a look. Do they fit you?
Yeah, of course.
And by the way, everyone out there listening, we always have a special offer. If you use the discount code ACES at checkout, you'll always get a special offer
See,
and
bruh?
free express shipping. Wow, they actually do look good.
Told you.
Jeez, you look good in them.
See?
Big bag.
There you go.
First time I started wearing something, because of this big beak, I'd push them up there and go, how are you?
Yeah, you just got
So bring 'em over
to
the
drop them
bill.
down a little bit.
No, they suit you. They suit you, bro.
Cheers. Thank you.
Now, there you go. So, Whit Sundays. And what was your location?
I think it was down south in Yelling up in Perth.
Yeah,
Yeah, up on the hill there.
love that.
Next to Taj Barra.
Remember, Touch Bar. There you go.
It's
Remember,
up there.
ACES at checkout for a discount. RixEyewear.com.au.
How much percent do you get off at ACE?
It's 20% off and free express shipping, which is a lot. But if there's a sale on over the year, so it doesn't matter when it is. If there's a sale on, you'll get an additional offer off. They'd only be small. It'd be maybe another 5% because they're already slashed. But we rarely do sales, so that's rare. So it's an all year round special offer. Now,
Speaking of special offers,
speaking of special offer, MILWAUKEE Tools. Our friends at MILWAUKEE, they've looked after us. Now, have a look at what you get here, boys. You don't go empty. You don't come on Tommy Talks and go home empty-handed.
have a go.
Our friends at MILWAUKEE have decked you out. We've got the special M12 compact blower, the M12 fuel hatchet pruning saw. You've got the LED lantern floodlight. This pack has it all. You also get the pruning saw. You get the batteries and you get the contractor bag and chargers. This has everything in there for when you go away, go camping, with the missus, or if you're just going with your old man to tan the hoop on the sand, Griff.
I'm wondering how many people take a chainsaw brusher and a lamp when they go camping. I mean, pretty.
Well, it's a 3-piece power pack.
I'd call it glamping after you accompanied by the bloody MILWAUKEE tools. I reckon it's beautiful.
It is beautiful, and how good that is, all in one box. They're coming to you, lads, so thank you for your time and honesty.
Thanks,
and
mate.
stories. But I always do a segment about, the handiest moment of your life or your career, or who's the biggest. I'm just going to go with who's the biggest tool in the locker room at Fremantle. Now, let me just tool doesn't mean bad bloke. It's just that bloke that carries on like a peanut. Who would be the tool?
On the field or off the field?
Let's go
Something
either
carry
or.
on.
You both get a tool to pick in your days of playing footy.
Yeah.
Who's been the biggest tool you've played with? It could be at Freo. It could be when you were growing up. It doesn't matter where, but I'd love you to just name him. Your
Griff was up
Milwaukee
there.
tool. Chris,
He got us laughing.
Yeah.
You've seen the dancing videos. And all
have
that,
I ever?
media. Like,
So
that's only
would Griff be
tenth
your
of it.
biggest tool?
be up there.
I'm a tool,
You,
mate.
you probably know you're up
I'll
there.
almost give it to myself.
Yeah.
2 votes.
He's
There you go.
tool of the week.
You got your 2 votes.
It's
Tool of the week.
Yeah, I may as well take both these fucking boxes. To be honest. And Milwaukee, send some more, darling.
Oh, that
Oh,
is
fuck.
fantastic. Well, there you go, Griff, with the 2 votes. Hopefully you get your 2 votes on Brownlow night next year.
I'll be fucking
or
waiting.
this year, whenever this
I will
is
be
out.
waiting, bruh, but it won't happen.
Whatever you do, if you're going to play on Big Chol and he kicks 4, maybe tighten up and just tighten
would've
up
got him
and
if
you
you
would have got
locked
your
it
vote,
out.
I reckon.
In the leg row, if you reckon.
That's it. Well, that's all I got, lads. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks to the sponsors, MILWAUKEE Tools, RIXX Eyewear, everyone listening. I will say, if you are listening and you're commenting and getting around us, we really appreciate it. The boys love the feedback as well. They're always coming back for more. If you haven't subscribed to our channels, please subscribe. It makes a huge difference. It alerts you when we have a huge podcast with some special guests. So like, subscribe, and always leave a comment. If you're liking what we're doing, leave a comment so we know what you're loving. Get around us on Instagram as well when we put up the polls and the feedback opportunities, because we share them with the guys that join us. That's all I've got. Happy holidays to everyone. Christmas has already been. Happy New Year. Going away back home?
Back home.
Back
Yeah.
home.
Back to Horsham. Yep.
Beautiful. We'll have a
And the
safe
Sundays.
Yeah, safe
Cheers.
holidays, boys, and all the best. Obviously, I'll be chatting, but on behalf of everyone at the Aces, all the best for North Melbourne year 1. Do some special things. The club has been struggling for a while now, and everyone wants them to succeed, and we can't wait to see you boys dominate. So all the best. Fingers crossed, no injuries.
Thanks for having us, bruh.
Just a
Thanks,
big
T-Train.
year, and tropical coconut water with a little dash of sugar.
JT's
Cheers.
coconut essence.
Get
mate.
that up, yeah.
Get around it.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Tommy Talks. We literally can't thank you enough for all your support. Speaking of support, our great mates, MILWAUKEE Tools. Without yous, we wouldn't be here. Milwaukee Outdoor Power Equipment gives you the power to clear, cut, and maintain the outdoors without the petrol headaches. No pull starts, no engine maintenance, no mixing petrol and oil. Book a test drive now at milwaukeetools.com.au. Milwaukee, nothing but heavy duty. All right. Catch you on the next one.